Correct. Okay. Alright. Okay, so today I started building out, so there's one final cutscene, that I have to make, and it's the very ending cutscene, and I kind of started, I had to build out the environment, because I didn't have the environment in Maya, and I had to plug all the textures in and all that kind of stuff. So if it looks completely different, that's because I kind of half-ass built it. I'm more just wanting to get the point across than anything. So I got the guys in. Now this is them in Maya. So in Maya, scaling is, well, when you have all the animation bones and stuff, it's a little weird. He is not set up for scaling correctly, believe it or not. As you can see, so I have to fix his scaling, which I just never did. Also, I don't know if I can get this one to scale. I might be able to get this one to scale, but I did want to show you his controls. I guess I quick tutorial on setting up controls. So because the way this one works, it's kind of like a snake, so you move it, but these don't move with it. It's kind of, hold on. So, if you have this, whoops, and then you drag this through, it'll move through the rings. Poor say. But anyways, I figured I'd quickly show you one method. One method is parenting, which is what I did for all these. But this is another method. Whoops, that's the wrong one. So just, whoops, just drag, so now they move with each other. But you can still have them separate. Oops, don't know if I did that right. Yeah. So now you have one chain, with this being the main one. Okay, I'm just reading the bones, making sure. So here's something you can do for. Hold on, I'm gonna hide this environment. It says there's a nerve circle here, but I don't see it. That's nothing. You just keep it this one as the main. Quick scaling thing. Take the root. You just do this. And then it scales. There's a few ways. This way, not too long ago, and I wish I knew about it. Doing something else. Project, because yeah, scaling with this is irritating at most. However, this And then he still's got all his wonderful functionality. Yeah, so I just have to adjust them. And then just start animating. It's just gonna be like, I don't know, 30 seconds at the most. Real quick cutscene. Just to show, but that's really it. So, little hierarchy tutorial for controls and the difference, you know. We better explain this. I'm not that good at explaining this. It's because I'm thinking this is a tutorial. I'm just updating you guys. That's how this works. So you have in the controls. So you have the control, and it is actually parented to this control. So when it moves, it appropriately moves, which is fine. So the thing is that none of these controls have we just need a scaling for, say. I think if you could scale that, and then of course it's going to do things. Can I individually scale these like this? Just for funsies. But the way to fix this would be to do the same thing you did with this guy. It's just a little bit more irritating to scale and faster too. Almost works for certain things. What if we don't scale? I'm just playing now. Yeah. Yeah, don't bother doing any of that. It's just, this is easier. Why this works is because you can't see the skeleton. Where is it? Skeleton. But when you do this, because this is the hierarchy master, are scaling accordance to the scale of this. If we were to here, it wouldn't work. And that is because if you look in the hierarchy, these are not connected. They are only connected to the main one here. It's just a grouping method, basically, in a sense, in order to make things do what they're supposed to. And it accomplishes the same exact thing. I was taught in college, which works. But, you know, if you have, for instance, 3 characters that are meant to be different sizes, and you accidentally made one too big, you have to scale them. This method allows for that scaling while still giving the same control. This content anymore. That's just to illustrate that point. Yeah. And I mean, it doesn't have a skeleton. Because it doesn't move. I don't even gotta... Or I mean, not textures, about like normal maps and stuff. I just dragged it in the hide from ZBrush. And that's why it's kind of like, if you zoom in, a bunch of triangles. Because this is the... Is it unnecessary to have the thing in? Yes, you can just use normal maps, which is what I use in Unported too. We can take a look, I think. 3,000. What is the... What's the... Oh, view. I'm crazy. Show render panels. Layout. Wait, that's what I'm looking for. Heads up display. There we go. Poly count. There. So we can look at the number of faces. When selected, there's 3. But in Unreal, there is 3,000. Yeah, that's what I've been doing. I've been building up this scene in order to start animating. There's a few other things I have or decided to do. I'm just at a state where, and I'm just kind of hopping on whatever. Other than that, I will see